Welcome to the Becks, a podcast that explores multimedia horror with host Becky and Sydney. Join us as we talk about movies, books, video games, music, and much, much more.
Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks.
You're so serious. I don't think you've ever said it that serious before.
I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
This is a very serious movie we're talking about right now.
Uh-huh.
This is the magnum opus of horror.
This is something.
We're talking about Freddy vs. Jason.
Yes, we are. Exciting and fun.
This movie is ridiculous.
It is awful.
It's not good. It's not a good movie. I cannot even. Okay, so it's what it says on the tin, right? Freddy Krueger versus Jason Voorhees in what should be a very epic. So yeah, this movie should be the most epic thing in existence. So it came out in 2003. Same director who did Bride of Chucky, by the way.
Is it?
Yes. And people really liked Bride of Chucky. It was pretty different of what had come before. So this is the man I would choose to do this movie, I think.
Controversial opinion. I don't like any of the Chucky movies. Like, not a single one.
I don't know if that's controversial. They're not very good.
No, I don't enjoy any of them.
I think there's a place in, like, the nostalgia thing.
Maybe.
But they're not good movies. I remember watching Child's Play for the first time and thinking that it was really dumb.
Yeah.
Now, I've always been more of a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street than I have of Friday the 13th.
Me too. And I don't know why. I mean, I saw Friday the 13th probably at the drive-in. Because I was young. And the drive-in was open until I was 16.
Drive-ins need to come back.
Yes, drive-ins need to come back. I agree. I have always loved Freddy more than Jason.
Well, it's the whole mix of, like, dream and reality.
Yeah, and you get attacked in your dreams, so...
And you get so tired where you don't know what's real and what's not, and...
And everybody has to sleep, right? It's not something you can run away from.
Yeah.
You can't escape it. You can only run away for so long, and then he gets you.
Exactly.
And he feeds off your fear, which makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So.
That, I will say, is my bitch with this movie. Part of it is... They open up with Freddy being the narrator, which is interesting. But he talks about how everybody in this town forgot him, so his power is gone. Where in the very first movie, nobody knew who the fuck he was or what was going on. He didn't need that. So that was like a retcon that they did, I don't know, for this movie.
Well, I wonder, though, the parents knew in the first one, didn't they? The parents knew who Freddy was. They're the ones that murdered him. But they didn't know that he had come back in dreams and was killing people.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, is they knew who he was and they had killed him, but it wasn't like the supernatural element of it. No one is gonna assume like, oh yes, it's this dude we murdered. This movie made a lot of money. So the budget was $30 million and it made almost over 3 times that. Almost 4 times that.
Really? That's
Yes.
crazy to me.
Well, again, people didn't know it was bad, right?
No, they're just going because of the franchises.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Exactly.
You get Freddy and Jason, just like you said, it should have been epic. But it's not.
So the whole idea is Freddy is going to get the people to remember him. So he searches hell far and wide and raises him from the dead.
Yeah, and he
Pretends
makes
to be
himself
his mom.
look like Jason's mom, which
Yes.
if you know anything about that.
Well, within the
franchise.
scope of his powers, but yes.
Yeah.
And basically says the children on Elm Street are being very naughty and he has to continue his mother's good work and punish them. So Freddy's idea is he's going to unleash Jason on these people and they're going to assume that it's Freddy back because of all the things that happened on Elm Street back in the day.
Yeah.
Which does work. But
It's weird. It's weird. It's a whole strange premise to me. The whole thing as it started out, I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
So, okay, if you were to write a Freddy versus Jason movie, how would you?
I don't know. I would have to think about it, I guess. I don't know. I just found it was really weird.
Because that's the thing is, at least in the first movie, there's nothing supernatural about the killer. I mean, the killer is Jason's mom.
Yeah.
Whereas in Nightmare on Elm Street, it's entirely supernatural.
Yeah.
So having these two together, I think they could have gone a little crazier with it and it would have been fine. Because you have one that's kind of rooted in reality and one that isn't. And, I mean, this obviously takes place after Jason goes to hell because of the whole, like, Freddy Krueger claws dragging the mask down into hell. So, Jason's already done the foray into the weird.
Yes. Weird.
But
weird.
But does this take place before or after Jason X, which is in space? We're asking the real questions here. Jason X has one of my favorite scenes ever.
I've never watched that. I gave up on some of this stuff.
Okay, so he's in space, right? They put him in this virtual reality where he's back at, like, Crystal Lake. And there are these naked girls. Obviously, they're naked. I don't quite remember what was going on. I don't know if they were fooling around with each other or if they had boyfriends or what. But, you know, that's a big no-no.
Yes.
And so he zips up the one girl into the sleeping bag and slams it against the tree.
Oh!
It's so funny. Anyway. We're talking about Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah. Freddy versus Jason.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't really remember anybody's names.
Oh, I don't either, except for Freddy and Jason.
This was one of the...
Will.
Yes.
There was a Will.
Yes, there was a Will. This was one of the blandest cast of characters. The final girl, boring.
Yeah, 100%.
Will was like the male version of her. Boring.
Yeah.
I did like Mark.
Oh, I liked Mark too, but he bit it early in.
He did bite it pretty early. There was the stoner guy. There was the party girl. There was the token black character. Do better.
She was more interesting than the final
She was,
girl.
and she did last longer too.
Yeah.
Kia, her name was Kia.
Yeah.
She actually confronts Freddy at one point.
Yeah, she's like a badass. She's like not showing the fear.
This is the thing is like you get little moments in this movie of stuff that's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
They should do something with that, and then they don't do something with that. I think it would have been interesting if Kia hadn't been killed by Jason.
I think so too.
Because what would Freddy have done? Because she was like conquering her fear of him, and that's where he gets all of his power. So would he still have been able to hurt her? Because from dream one of our protagonists, he's trying to harm them.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't build up enough power until a little bit later on.
If you hear snorting noises, it's this little piggy dog.
It is a little piggy
She
dog.
won't go away. I thought this movie was kind of a waste of Robert Englund's talent. Because he's so good, was so good at Freddy, that it just kind of...
He really chews the scene. This was the last Freddy movie that he did. It's kind of a depressing send-off.
It is, because he was so good at being Freddy. He
Yeah.
just was. He was scary. Like, even seeing him, if you knew who he was, you knew he played Freddy, just seeing him in real life as himself, he still had that personifying scariness, because you just knew. He just played it so well. And so this kind of, because it was so cheesy, and not that some of the other films in the franchise weren't cheesy, but it was so cheesy. The things that happened in it, the things that were said in it, it just kind of bummed me out, because he was phenomenal.
One thing I liked about this movie, but that I think it just wasn't executed as well as I would have liked it, was the idea that the adults went to such lengths to make everyone forget about Freddy, that they stuck the kids that dreamt about him in a psychiatric hospital, and then was drugging them with like an experimental drug that stopped dreams.
Yeah.
That was very interesting to me.
Yes, it was. And that was about a blip in the movie, which was kind of a shame.
Yeah.
Because they could have really expanded on that.
Because if you don't know, I mean, I think it was a nod to the parents' continued moral ambiguity a little bit. Because if you don't know the original story of Freddy Krueger, he was a child murderer. And he got off on a technicality. So the parents took matters into their own hands and burned him alive. Which, fair. But I think that this aspect of it, them sticking these kids into the psychiatric hospital, redacting everything, going to such great lengths, I think it's a nod to them being willing to do whatever it takes to get rid of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Again.
Which, again, is not protecting their children, which is what they were supposed to be doing in the first place.
I think for them, though, better to have their children in a psychiatric ward than dead. I'm not saying it's right.
Ones that couldn't stop dreaming, so they scrambled their little brains.
Oh yeah, they had a whole ward in the hospital. That was really fucked up, and they just barely.
Ew.
Dog just sneezed in her face directly. But yeah, that was really fucked up, and they barely touched on that.
Yeah.
Like, they literally had a ward full of vegetable people.
Yeah, kids.
And the main character's name is Lori.
Oh, yeah.
Lori. Her dad is a psychiatrist, and he's one of the people that are responsible for all this. Not that she knows that. He stuck Will, her little boyfriend, in the psychiatric hospital because he was one of the kids who saw Freddy. But he thought...
Her dad.
Yeah, he thought her dad had killed her mom, but really it was Freddy. Which, again, his thing is kids.
Yeah.
And teenagers. So why did he kill an adult woman? They never explain that.
I wonder if she was one of the original kids that got away or something.
Maybe.
And... wasn't Will Jason Ritter? Isn't he played by Jason Ritter?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. I kept thinking the whole time I was watching, he looks familiar, and then I read the cast and was like, oh, yeah. He's in some creepy things, too.
So, Kia and Gib is like the party girl. She has this douchebag boyfriend named Trey. He's the first to get killed by Jason.
Douchebag is an understatement.
He's so mean to her. Like, she smokes menthols, and he's like, ugh, I can't, like, your mouth tastes gross, and, like, he won't cuddle her after sex, and, like...
He's like, you do as I say when I say, come on, I said let's go now. He's just an abusive jerk.
Yeah, so, not that sad that he died. And...
gruesomely. It was great.
Yeah. And then he had a friend that they were trying to hook Lori up with. Who
was way too in your face, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's like, so Lori.
Give me a tour, Lori. Let's see your bedroom, Lori. Let's get naked, Lori. Please.
Yeah. And her friend, though, was pushing it.
Yeah.
Like 100%. You have to move on. Because she had a thing for Will at camp.
Yep.
And Will is in the psychiatric ward.
But she thought he had just moved away.
And then quit talking to her.
Yeah. But she never recovered.
She loved him so much.
So, yeah. Trey gets killed first. And then Blake gets murdered, which is Trey's weird friend. And his dad.
Oh, yeah. That's right. His dad.
And then the police is trying to be like, oh, it's just like a murder-suicide. It's just this. It's just that. And the kids are not believing it. Obviously, even though they didn't see the murderer. But behind the scenes, the police are panicking because they believe 100% that it is Freddy Krueger. Which it is. Yeah. Sort of. But it's Jason.
It's Jason being puppeted by...
Yeah, you got the manipulator as Freddy Krueger, and then you have the manipulated, which is Jason Voorhees. Mm-hmm. I will say, I think that... between the two, I think he gets more kills, and I think his kills are cooler from a horror movie standpoint.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the thing with how quippy Freddy Krueger is and how much Robert Englund chews the scene. It would have been nice to have him face off a killer who can talk as well. Yeah. Jason doesn't say anything, which I think works sometimes, but other times it's just like, Freddy, stop talking. Like, he doesn't hear you. He's 12-year-old drowned boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%, yeah.
I don't know what killer would have worked. I think most people wanted Jason versus Michael.
Well, that would have been interesting, but there would have been no dialogue.
That's the other thing, too. Like,
just a lot of you know,
yeah,
things happening.
Do, do,
yeah,
do,
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah. That would have been it. Interesting, though. I mean...
Okay, so this is so funny to me. The cops are trying so hard to cover up the fact that they think it's Freddy Krueger, but then they literally, within earshot of Lori, are like, Freddy Krueger. And that's all it takes. She's like, they said somebody...
She's like, what's the name? What's the name? Overly dramatic.
Oh my gosh, she was terrible. And then, you know, she says Freddy Krueger and she starts dreaming about it. Meanwhile, Will and Mark see on the news that there's somebody killing people. And they decide to break out of the psychiatric
because
hospital.
it happened at the same house that Lori's mom was killed. And he knows that that's Lori's house. And he's got to break out to protect her.
Yeah.
So away they go.
They do it.
They do.
So at this point, there's been 3 murders, and the teens in this town decide to have a cornfield rave.
I was like, okay, so 3 murders of teenagers in a town, well, and a dad in town, and you're going to have a cornfield rave.
Yes.
You're just going to be out there in the middle of a cornfield. Although teenagers are pretty dumb.
True.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah.
But yes, very dumb. Dumb.
So, Gibbs ends up drinking so much that she passes out, and someone tries to rape her, which was really icky. And at this point, she's dreaming and Freddy's chasing her. She falls from this great height in this dream, and then there's a bunch of lockers, and she hides in one. And I was so mad about this, because it's like, okay, dream logic, right? Freddy controls all of it, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't seem to know she was in the locker. I don't know.
Plot hole.
Like, establish the fucking rules. Okay? If he has supreme control in the dream, then let him have that. Okay? You can't hide from him in the dream. That defeats the purpose. I don't know. She was hidden from him, but then she leaves the locker, which is also fucking stupid. I don't know.
I think hiding in a locker to begin with is dumb. I don't know if you've watched any of the horror movies I have, but people that hide in lockers end up dead.
Sometimes it's all you have.
But have any of them lived?
Have you ever watched or played the video game Outlast?
Yes, because I play video games
I
all
knew
the
it.
time.
I knew you would have.
Right on that. No.
So this horror game is great for a couple of reasons. Just as a brief aside, you're a journalist. There's no weapons. You can't fight. You have to hide. You have to document things with your little camera, and you can run away, and you can hide. And that's it. And it's so scary. And you hide in lockers in that game. That's why I brought it up.
So dumb.
Very scary. Okay, so anyway, Freddy gets mad because as he's like killing this girl, Jason shows up and kills her.
Yeah.
So now he's like swooping in and stealing Freddy's kills. Mm-hmm. Which is so funny because there's so many teenagers at this cornfield rave. And somehow Jason manages to get the one girl that Freddy is targeting.
Yeah. And then Freddy's pissed. They're my kids.
Yeah. And that's where the whole beef starts. Because Jason's just going to do what he wants. He's going to kill anybody. He doesn't care. There's no marking your territory.
No. Brought him back.
Yeah.
You thought you could control him. You were wrong. Just like any crazy serial killer that comes back from the dead regularly.
Obviously.
I mean, they just kill people.
Yeah.
But Freddy thinks he's all powerful. Freddy's wrong.
Which I fully did not expect to hear the F slur.
Yeah.
That was shocking. I haven't heard that in a movie in so long. And I was just like, wow, okay, it was 2003, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they call Freddy that? Or no, it was Jason because of his hockey mask. It's not Halloween yet. So that begs the question, one of the cops knows about Crystal Lake and everything like that because he thought that it was a copycat killer.
Uh-huh.
But the other cops are like, no, we know who it is. It's Freddy Krueger. I mean, they didn't say that to him, but, you know, that's who they think. So they have one cop that knows about Crystal Lake. So that begs the question of it being like a Halloween costume. Do the kids in, what is it? Oh, like Springfield? Is that the name of the town? Do they know about Crystal Lake? I mean, they must because they eventually go there. But only because the cop says that he thinks that it's a copycat. The cop dies too. He breaks up their little party, and this movie's a mess. I had to laugh because, so Lori at one point is like dozing on the couch, trying not to, and she's like, one died by fire, one died by water. We should use that.
Yeah.
Like, whoever wrote this movie has never heard of the term show don't tell. Because, by God, do they tell you a lot. And some parts of this movie are fun. Like, I think it's bad enough to be considered fun. But I cannot even imagine the rage that fans felt leaving this movie. Because I'm sure some of them enjoyed it. Like, you know, it's not that serious, whatever. It's a fun movie. But then, like, I think the vast majority of people thought this was going to be a good movie. And it's just not.
No, and I don't know. Sometimes I think you just shouldn't cross that line. You just, whether it's superheroes or supervillains, just why pit them against each other? I find it weird. And can't think of one movie where isn't it Superman versus Batman or something, and that
Batman
was bad.
versus Superman, yeah. It is
And
bad.
Is there one movie where it was like these huge icons, these huge, I mean, Freddy's huge, Jason's huge, and you pit them against each other. Did not go well. Superman, Batman, did not go well. I mean, it's just...
Godzilla versus King Kong.
Well, that's different. That's been since way back in the 70s that's been happening. But that wasn't great either.
Why can't they do good crossover movies?
I don't know, but it doesn't seem to work.
I think the only time it really works is when it's like kids' properties. Because I remember when they did it on the Disney Channel.
Maybe. But don't do it again.
The CGI in this movie is really bad, too.
Oh, it's so bad. It's horrible. Everything's bad.
This is the thing, is again, I don't know what 30 million was like in 2003, but I always like to point out, like, the Lord of the Rings movies came out around that same time. So we had Gollum and the Balrog and the Mouth of Sauron and all of these really, really good CGI moments. And I know, okay, I know that those movies had budget. They had money. But this came out around the same time, and for a horror film, especially for the time, I feel like that budget was really good, and the CGI was dog shit. It was so bad. And at some point they do CGI blood as well. You guys, it's Freddy and it's Jason. We want corn syrup. Give us all the corn syrup. It's what we want. They learn about the Hypnosil, which is the meds that they take to suppress dreams. And they're like, if we have any hope of taking out Freddy, we need to take that. We need to put Jason to sleep. We can fucking have him duke it out. You know, we'll
yeah, they plan to take Jason back to Camp Crystal Lake so he's in his own turf, and then wake him up and have Freddy there so they can fight there.
Yeah. It goes wrong because the stoner guy gets possessed by Freddy.
Well, he's just a dumbass. He stayed behind with nobody so he could smoke weed.
Yeah.
Come on now. So you know that you're being chased by multiple strange, unusual serial killers. One that chases you down in your dreams so you get high. I don't know.
Yeah.
By himself. Like, he stays in the computer room.
Yeah, and
This computer room was ridiculous, too, for that hospital. That computer room was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It looked like it was a
something
control
out of
center
a
for an
spaceship.
airplane or a spaceship. Or I'm like, okay.
So, yeah, he stays behind to smoke weed. He falls asleep. Not that he knows that he falls asleep.
No, he thinks he's awake.
But he sees Freddy turn... He's the caterpillar with the hookah.
So ridiculous.
Oh my god, it's so bad. And this is part...
That caterpillar reminds me of my little friend. Gross and ugly. And lethal.
And, oh god, this was really gross. I feel like they should have leaned into the horror of this scene a little bit more, which they probably could have done with practical effects, but they decided to use CGI instead. I don't know why. The stoner guy, he gets possessed by him. Freddy goes down his throat.
Yeah.
And then he dumps all of the Hypnosil down the drain. And there's nothing left.
No, nothing. All of it gone. And then he has 2 syringes of, because they have an actual tranquilizer that they give the patients to control them when they get unruly.
Oh, yeah.
It's very bright pink.
And that's what he tries, Freddy, possessing the stoner guy, he tries to use to kill Jason. But it doesn't kill Jason, because you can't kill Jason.
No, that's the thing. Jason can't die. Well, he can keep coming back anyways. But the thing is he tranquilizes him, and I don't understand. How can Jason be tranquilized?
He's a zombie.
I was so confused.
It shouldn't work.
What is happening right now?
This movie is so funny because it's ridiculous at every turn. Like, it establishes rules that don't make sense, and then it does shit like this where it's like, okay, I would be able to suspend my disbelief a little bit better if other things in this movie hadn't happened the way they had.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just inconsistent. And I think it is played for laughs a little too much. Like the scene where Freddy and Jason are fighting in the dream world.
So dumb.
And there's pinball noises.
Pinball noises.
Because he's...
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
And he literally says, "Oh, tilt." Oh. I about fell over from just disgust on that one. I'm like, are you fucking serious right now?
Very cringy scene.
That was very disappointing. Like I said, I love Robert Englund, but this was not, and it makes me sad it was his last performance as Freddy, because they could have done better for him. They could have given him a much better script.
I hope that man got paid.
I hope he did too.
Yeah. So they do get to Camp Crystal Lake with a tranquilized Jason. Again, hilarious, because he's just strapped down in the back of the van or whatever. And it takes only a very short time, which is funny, because again, Elm Street is in Ohio somewhere, and I think Camp Crystal Lake is in New Jersey. So it really doesn't take them that long to get to New Jersey. And again, it goes wrong because they put Lori to sleep, because I guess the idea is she's gonna get Freddy
into
the real world.
Come into the real world.
Yeah, she's gonna grab him.
Yeah.
And there's I just remembered, there's when she's dreaming back in the basement, he pretends to be her dad and tries to kiss her.
Ew, gross. That was gross.
Yeah, that was
like,
really...
why was that even thrown in there?
That was really gnarly.
Give Daddy a kiss.
Yeah. He had his tongue out and everything. Oh, it was so gross. That really, like, viscerally, I was so disgusted. So that was, I guess, a pretty effective scene. Well, and at the very beginning when he licks that picture of the little girl...
Oh, I know.
Horrible.
I know.
Horrible.
It was awful.
Horrible.
I mean,
horrible.
he was a weird child. I don't know if he was a pedophile. Was he a pedophile? I mean, obviously he must have been, but...
Well, in one of the later movies, it's pretty much explicitly, like, revealed that he is, but I think in the first movie he just killed kids, which is still bad. I'm not saying it's not bad, but it's child molester who kills kids is worse than just a person who kills kids. They're both bad, but...
They're both horrible, but yes, someone that...
Pedophiles
would
are worse.
do that to a child. Either way, but... Anyway.
Yeah. So, they can't wake Lori up, because of course they can't.
Of course not. It would not fit into the script if they could.
This is the thing, is I would want to test it. I don't know how you would necessarily, but, and that's the thing too, is like the other characters are like, well, what if we can't wake you up? And Laurie's like, you'll wake me up, it'll be fine. And it's like, wait, okay, hang on. Literally though, what if we can't?
Yeah.
There's no backup. And this is when Kia confronts Freddy, but Jason ends up killing her anyways, and that's disappointing.
Yeah, because she was telling Freddy right off. And she was calling him all sorts of names. And
saying he had a small dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
All sorts of things.
She was right at him. Like, I think the first person that's ever stood up to Freddy like that.
Yeah. Because you kind of get them fighting in the dream world, and then obviously you get them fighting in real life, but each time it's just like, there's no real tension.
No. It's just dumb stuff.
So, I guess the whole time I just was like, I'm not convinced that either of these people, Freddy or Jason, are going to get hurt or murdered, or, you know, it's not going to matter in any way. So, you know, like, there wasn't any real sense of stake.
I guess, yeah. No, it was just two children fighting. I'm going to slap you with my hands.
And to a degree...
I'm going to stab you.
Yeah, literally. And to a degree, you almost side with Jason a little bit because he's more pitiable. I mean, when Freddy goes into Jason's dreams, he's a scared little boy who was picked on and drowned, and, like, it's tragic, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas Freddy's just a child murderer. Like, fuck that guy.
Truth.
So you have a villain that's kind of sympathetic in a way.
Well, and Jason didn't ask to come back. He was forced to.
Yeah, he was just chilling in hell, I guess.
Yeah. So, yeah, Freddy, he was being a dick. Imagine that.
There's an explosion, and there's water.
Jason's afraid of water, and Freddy's afraid of fire, obviously, because of how they both died.
Which, in the dream world, when there's just a pipe and there's water streaming out of it and Jason's afraid of that, I call bullshit on
I
that.
know.
It's not just water, you know? The bitch is not afraid of the rain.
Yeah.
And also, as, like, the king of fears, or whatever, shouldn't Freddy know, intrinsically, what Jason is afraid of?
Well, you would think.
Put that bitch in a bathtub, you know? Like, I don't know.
Push his head under. Yeah.
So, Jason wins? Question mark. Because, you know, Freddy's decapitated head winks at you at the end of the movie. Which, fuck you, movie.
Right?
Again, there's just no real stakes.
I think the winking at the end of the movie was the best part. It was just like... Well, the whole thing was just so dumb. The fact that he winked at the end was dumb too, but that's classic Freddy.
Yeah, I suppose. It's just, I still, to this day, remember how scary Nightmare on Elm Street was. Because, again, that was one of those things that I watched when I was, I don't know, I think I was like 14, which means I was old enough to know better, but also kind of be scared to go to sleep.
So Nightmare on Elm Street came out in 1984, so I probably watched it when I was 12 or 13. And yeah, it terrified me. Like, that was scary.
Yeah. Because it was the modern boogeyman.
Yeah.
And it was so effective.
And the song, always, to this day, sticks in my head. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your doors. Yeah.
Which is so dumb, like locking your doors.
Lock your doors because it's going to get you. And grab your crucifix. That's not going to do anything either.
I'm just thinking about Johnny Depp and his little crop top.
Dead. Johnny died. Dead.
Johnny did die.
He did. Not a great way either. There's a lot of blood in that one.
Yes. Gruesome shit.
Yep.
So,
9,
yeah.
10, never sleep again. Anyway. Yeah, it was a dumb movie. Dumb.
Yeah, they're just... That's the thing with the Freddy movies is a lot, like, at least part of it was psychological.
Yeah.
And this movie didn't feel like it cashed in on that at all. And then, again, I mean, Jason, I just think, got better kills overall. Like, they were just... And then, you know, and that brings me back to Kia, is... Jason killed her. Freddy didn't.
Truth.
Still. So even
he
though...
stood there, like, appalled that she was yelling at him, like, shocked. Because, so no one's ever come at him.
But then he was okay with Jason killing her.
Yeah.
Even though that was his kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Weird.
And then, again, the other thing about... Well, this is kind of my bitch with Nightmare on Elm Street anyways, is I think it's funny that he was originally a child murderer. Adolescents.
Yeah.
But then he's always going after teenagers.
It's true. It was small children that he supposedly was killing, and then suddenly it was teenagers.
I understand why they do that, though, because I think most audiences don't want to watch...
Small children die.
Yes. It was implied that he killed these children, but it was never explicitly, like, shown until, like, later movies.
It's disturbing when children die.
Yeah.
Those are movies that mess with me more. It's hard to slaughter small children in a movie, I would say.
Stephen King was never afraid of it.
Stephen King did some weird shit in his books that are much worse than in his movies.
Under the influence of cocaine. Yeah. And Mambo No. 5. That was like his white noise song.
I guess I'm pretty happy that he put it into books and didn't act out those things that were in his brain.
Interesting you say that. Stephen King is a fucked up individual.
He's a strange man.
There's no arguing with that. Do you think most people who write things like he does, like, need to do that or they'll kill people?
No.
Just Stephen King.
Oh, there's a few more out there. No, I don't believe that. I believe that people are just talented and maybe some aren't talented, they think they are. But people are talented and they have these amazing stories in their brain, whether they're scary or funny or whatever, that are just stories because they have an amazing imagination. But I do believe there are those that would act upon certain things in their brains if they didn't have some kind of outside release for that.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you? As a psychology major that I was for years, yeah, I 100% believe that. I do.
Yeah, I think
The human mind is just twisted and weird anyways. We'll never understand it the way we should. You just don't know.
It's just meat powered by electricity.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're going weirdly deep.
So...
And I'm not even facing the microphone.
Yeah.
Tired tonight, people. I'm so tired.
So next we're talking about Scream.
Yes, but which one?
The one where they retcon stuff. I think it's the third one. I'll look.
Okay.
And then I think that'll be it for October, but I kind of do want to do Alien versus Predator as well.
I just told you, I hate the whole thing of crossovers, and you're going to make me do another one?
Yes, because I think it makes...
I don't even like Predator.
What?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Wow.
Another controversial opinion?
Maybe. We'll have to get into that. Everyone say happy birthday to Becky. She's going to be doing some rock hounding this weekend.
Maybe if I can walk. I'm all fucked up.
She's going to be able to. We're sending good vibes her way.
I'm an old lady. Don't know how much longer I'm going to last in this world.
Oh boy. So that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Today the pod, tomorrow the world. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks.